Hello there, my friends. Okay, this is a quick demonstration of a few builds for multiple types of gameplay and for engineering, science, and tactical based on expertise. So, for engineering, I'm going to use the Miracle Worker T6X2, and I'm going to go a little bit layout what I'm using. For this one, I do not have cannon volley scatter in this one because I don't have preferential targeting in my abilities, but I went with the phaser narrow angle beam, phaser wide angle dual, and phaser pulse, and the dark matter. Dark matter because I'm using Lorca's control, and I'll get the 3-piece. The kinetic cutting beam, omnidirectional pulse phaser beam, the protostar phaser beam, and the omnidirectional protostar. I put these just for experiment, just to see how they work out. Usually I have like batteries and whatnot on it. I'm not going to use those today. I just want to see how it performs without it. But I did get the red matter capacitor, even though we can use it only one time. The subspace phase and the Kobayashi Marin, the others there just holding in place. But usually I will put batteries and whatnot around here and capacitors. I just had to craft them. Haven't done that. I got Teely's pending modifier for the set. The Elite Interventional Protomatter Deflector Array from the Colony. The Prevailing Fortified Impulse Engines. And the Mycelium Harmonic for that dual piece for the shields. Like I said, I got Lorca's, which would give me the 3-piece set. This is an engineering build. This is a simulated module, dynamic power redistributor module, or DPRM. My locators, automatic influencer. It's either phasers and quantum tachykinetic converter, bionarrow infusion, boom, weapon sensor for accuracy, ultimate modifier swarm processors, advanced engineering isometric plasma distributor manifold. I have another build which have 3 of these, which is awesome. That's on my tactical. I'll show you later. Point defense bombardment warhead, because it's what I'm doing. I'll show you later why that comes into place. And this is the console that comes within the ship. I was going to put something else, but I also realized that this gives me an energy bomb, energy buff on it, bonus on it. And since engineering is all about power and getting more power and redistributing that power, I just left that one where it was and ready tested it and came out right. Okay, let's go on my stations. I had to build it as a miracle worker, so emergency power to engines, engineering team 2, let it go 1, said 35 cold damage every 1 second for 20 seconds, ignore shields, all 5 damage resistant rating for 1 second, stacks up 20 times, and it improves exotic damage as well. Energy power went to weapons. Narrow sensor bands. This is very useful, especially when managing or redistributing the power energy that you need. Makes armament synergy 3. Tactical team 1. Chemoslight whimpering. This is very useful, especially with the points defense bombardment warhead. This is very, very useful. Torpedo Spray 2 and Beam Overload 3, and it works with engineering. Chemosite works very well for engineering. And then You got your tractor beam, that's for your exotic damage. Photonic officers to reduce your recharge time, and gravity well, just to give it create everybody on to stay in one place. Captain skills, personal for engineering, personal space traits, adapted offense. It gains 2% critical chance on critical striking, and critical chance becomes 2% of critical severity for 10 seconds, max of 9. Context is for kings. This is very useful as well for engineering. Inspirational leader, 10% chance of activating the bridge officer ability, grants 10 moves to starship skills, 15 seconds. Fleet coordinator, bonus all damage per team member. The more team members in the map, the more damage you're going to do. That's what is there, especially when you're playing like a lot of TFOs. Innocuous is for the severity and threat generation. Then you got Intelligence Agent Attache is a weapon critical strikes, restore 2% of Captain ability recharge. That's for your recharge. With engineering, this works very, very well. Fragment of AI tech, and it's your weapon based on control expertise. 30% 300 control expertise. That depends on where you at that. So if you added that, you're probably going to get 30% at 300, which is good. Unconventional system, using control and breach officer's ability gives you 7% recharge time to universal consoles. Superior beam training, 7.5% bonus beam weapons damage. And Terran targeting system, this is for critical severity. Then on my space reputation, I got precision, magnified firepower, control countermeasures, advanced targeting system, and tireless duality. With this one, well, I got a little bit creative. I got emergency weapon cycle. This for your haste and power cost. Super weapon ingenuity, just to make your beam roller last longer. Terran goodbye. These are very good. It does well. Onboard the linear recrystallizer. This is what really is the center of this engineering build. So it adds 10 power sec to whichever system is lowest, 10% bonus damage on non-weapon power subsystem current maximum at 35 seconds. So this is actually buffs all your non-weapon power systems, your exotic damage and whatnot. And the best diplomat is the other one for this particular build, which is doing fire to will and beam overload, beam weapon damage improved by engines, shields and auxiliary power, which that's what we're trying to do, especially when you got a combatant with invincible and active temporal surge. This one right here will make worth a while and get that 300 total shield engines that you actually need and get that 30% bonus damage when you combine these three. Which I have one in the tactical that I'm going to show later, which it activates counter scatter volley, but activating scatter volley, we activate rapid fire while you have beam overload slotted, and it is amazing. I just learned that from a friend. He told me to do that, and I did that build, and it was awesome. So these are my traits. Ground skills. No. Here, this is my skill tree. I haven't changed it that much. So well balanced. Get range for the exotic, science, and tactical in a balanced manner. But I would say that, by the way, we are playing on Elite. So let's go on a patrol. No, not a patrol. Let's go to TFOs. Let's join a random and test how it does with an elite TFO with tougher enemies and see what happens. You can comment, message me of ideas of what you think should be done, what you think of the build so far. So I got a science build with the same premise. It all depends on the ship. If it's a science, then I'm going to use science. If it's engineering, and it's tactical. They all have the perks. So with engineering, usually they tank, so you don't have to worry about tanking at all, because they get a solid tank out of it when you build them. And with tactical, you lose that, so you have to compensate. And that's what I did in science. Well, that for me, that's the best, because it's all about exotic damage and control. And if you can manage to have that tactical on by the way, on my specializations, I'm running intelligence temporal. Intelligence because it gets me that flanking. And temporal, I forgot what temporal was. Let me see real quick on my specializations. Okay, let's just jump. I will check later. But with the intelligence, it gets me that, to call it, Pavel. I've done this here for like 4 times in the day. So intelligence gives you that flanking. Okay, what's wrong with the internet? It's gonna kick me out. Well, went lagging there for a second.
Enemy ships approaching on an attack vector.
Man, you lagged there for a second. There it is. Wow. My internet lagged like hell, and that was something. But hopefully you will be able to see it now. It lagged like a lot. Which is weird because my internet doesn't do that. So let's get a better look what we're doing. Let's go and kick some ass, I guess. Out with Pastor and Arrogant.
Picking up multiple enemy signals on sensors. Get ready.
So that actually works very well. Gives you that exotic damage. If you're making extra activity. I got a science build with that, but it works amazing. See those little explosions? That would be the locust point defense bombardment. Working with the Lorca's control. It's having an interesting interaction. That storm right there is just doing all sorts of damage. Because that's a science build. I got one that does that exact thing. That thing is exact damage. Sorry damage. That's a science build, one of my favorites. All sorts of damage. And this is like a beam overload. Almost all my builds are beam overload. I like it. I need to work better on that control.
Satellite up. Flagships are coming to attack.
source of death. Okay. Let's try it out that with tactical. So let's go here, switch ships. Nah, that one. There it is. So this one right here is a tactical build. This one's changed a bit. I got the saber on. This one has the cannons, the dual, the dark matter. Let me see something. Okay. Basically, some of the things are still the same. Now here is different. This one has the bellum turbulum. The advanced engineering isometric isomax. We got approaching agony, binary infusion circuits, phaser damage. Flagship tactical computer. This is very important. This is for my beam overload build for tactical. I got a redistributor, the BPRM, tachyvernic converter, weapon sensors, enhancers, my assimilated module, and ultimate. This is the current stats of where it is. Stations, pretty much straightforward. Torpedo spread 3, chemicide weaponry, target shield systems, hazard emitters, tractor beam, charge particle burst, tactical team 1, cannon scatter volley because of preferential targeting. Now, when I do this and I have the agony phaser card cannons, what it does interesting, when it activates rapid fire on it. Plus, you're doing overbeam overload at the same time, and attack beta. And that's because of this right here. Merges in weapon cycles. So this is a haste and power cost build, super weapon ingenuity, preferential targeting. Heart of Soul is a very good for haste. Trade space trait, invincible. Obviously, this pretty much stayed the same, but this changed. I guess I'm Biotic Eyes, Inspirational Leader, Innocuous, Context is for Kings, Adapted Offense, Superior Beam Training, the Volumeter Effect, Unconventional System, Targeted System, and Intelligence Strategy. Now, when it comes to my gear, all this is a very interesting. I think I'm missing something here. I think it's in another ship, but let's. Oh, I know where I'll put it. So this is my tactical, and then we're going to do a science, which I have a Nova class for that. Let's go patrol, elite patrol. Let's go. I don't know. Range rules, my favorite. And I'm doing this build with the 14th anniversary bundle in mind.
Sorry.
The Carter is ready to assist you.
Lead the way. Sure got me followed.
Charge particle burst.
Leave enough of it.
And we're playing on Elite 2. So enemies are a little bit more powerful. got loadouts for everybody. Let's go. Let's flank. That's what the intelligence ability gives you, is that extra 30% of flanking. Good.
The nerve of some people. Do they not know that now?
And this is playing on Elite.
Ooh, I'll throw
Like I said,
in
enemies
the
are getting
legendary
tougher. Now let's see if I can take a beating.
Do we have to?
Let's see. Let's see. See what happens. See when he activates that rapid fire. Even those things got annoyed. Ha ha ha. You took the beating, huh? Invincible right there is important. Oh, like. So the engineering gives me like more tank. That's the trade-off with tactical. Engineering by default gives you that tank. Damn! Not even everything. Still there. Got one more test. Which it would be the science. All in Elite. marks. Okay, let's do a quick switch. Now, let's go with right here. So far, Elite goes, it has kept its own. It survives. Nova Exacta. So, see, same thing. Don't change much here. Here, though, you got the Isomax, your weapon sensor enhancer, your cascading subatomic dispersal. So the build is this build is based on exotic particle generators and building your exotic damage. That's why you got this here, the stabilizing dimensional rip, your plasma storing module. I got a distributor. That's to improve my beam, approaching agony, and the rest you already know. So I do not have a better secondary deflector. Somebody can advise me a better deflector dish and where to get it. I'll appreciate it. Or want to donate it, appreciate it. I'll give you a shout out. But that being said, let's go to the skills because a lot changed. You got Cellular Mission, Astrophysicist. This for your exotic and drain expertise. Unconventional system. This is for your recharge. Particle manipulator. This enhances your exotic damage and your control ability. Basically gives you crit chance and severity on it. Psychological warfare. This is for your control expertise. This is for your beams, adapted offense, Inocus as well, and superior training because I'm doing a beam overload with exotic damage, and the Boimer effect is because it reduces the cooldown of air hole, your officers, and the fleet coordinator. Basically, the more people in, the more damage you're going to do, so that's what this build is there. So, wondering if I do... Let's do a TFO. Let's truly test it. Oh, and my duty officer as well. I don't have great, so I have to do what I have, basically. So, because they're expensive. I forgot my traits. I got Heart and Soul, Super Weapon Ingenuity, Preferential Targeting, Weaponized Exotic Particles, Term Machinations, in my Space Reputation, Precision, Advanced Targeting System, Titus Duality, Chronocapacitors, and Particle Generator, which gives you a bonus to your... If you're wondering... I don't know, every time you change chip, it does this. My last, its trait, for some reason, was missing. It's overwhelming force, causing my beam overload to cause a photonic shock. More exotic damage and control. Then my stations, Tactical Team 1, Torpedo Spread 2, Attack Pattern Beta, Hemocyte, Scatter Volley 1, Beam Overload 3, Emergency Power to Engines, Cellular Power to Structure and Utility Field, Emergency Power to Weapons, in Science, Emergency Weapons, Revolver Reserve to Weapons 3, Gravity Well, Titan's Rift, and Hazard Emitters. Why these two are here, I got a trait that boosts these two and basically expands by exotic damage. All of these does that. So, well, let's do something with it. And then specializations, again, intelligence, temporal. Temporal gets me that was it? There was an ability that triggers it. That's why I had it as a secondary. Ah, there you go. Entropic Rider. And intelligence gives you flank protection. There's one here. It gives you that flanking. Flank refraction. Was it intelligence? Yeah, intelligence, temporal, yeah. Okay, there you go. Let's go do a TFO. Pavel again. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully I don't glitch. Nowhere, man. That's good.
Enemy ships approaching.
We'll see how we do.
Picking up multiple enemy signals on sensors. Get ready.
I hate with that. I hate that. It's quite good. I hate when they do that. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Okay. So far, I have not exploded, so I'm good.
Heads up. The enemy flagships are coming to attack. There's your gravity well. Let's get ready for the next set.
you have it. All three builds on Elite, and they stand. So, you have it, folks. That's it. So I'm going to end the broadcast, and thank you, and enjoy the build.